Okay, I think it's started. See if anyone turns up. Just trying out a few different live stream features here, so see how it goes. Ben, how are ya? I assume it's working then. Awesome. Sorry, the lighting's really crappy. People showing up. How's it going? Aiden, how are ya? Geza, Savage, Seven, how are ya? Yeah, I'm good. I'm testing out a few different live stream abilities on here just to see what I like and yeah, pass some time in this period while we're all stuck inside. Do mountain heath dragons drop their tails? It's for a science project. Not really. Like any reptile with a tail has the potential to lose its tail for sure, but they don't drop them like a gecko or a small skink would or anything like that. You can usually, if you're catching wild ones or something like that, if you get them by the tail, you've caught it. So they don't drop it off like some other reptile species. That's pretty typical in almost all the gammons, I'd say. They just have really strong tails, and they don't tend to drop them. It can, of course, be bitten off or anything like that, and depending on the species, it might grow back, it might not. So yeah. How are your blueies? Yep, they're good. A lot of them are starting to slow down now and not come out anymore with the cold weather coming in. So it's almost brumation time. So I won't see them for a few months. Thanks for the answer. No worries. Sorry about this lighting. It's a bit how you going, but here's the big boyd's enclosure from a last video. They're slowing down as well. They haven't moved from their branch spots in about a week now. But yeah, they're doing good. What's up? Not much, just trying to pass some time, checking out some live stream features. I might come over here, might be a bit better lighting. Just trying to see if anyone has anything to ask me or wants to talk about. Let's see. What else are you planning on getting? There's lots of things I'd like to have, but I don't know. For now, just see how we go. Not much at the moment, just trying to manage everything I have. I am probably going to get a snake soon. What species, I don't know. Otherwise, I want some pink tongue skinks. Maybe some more monitors or something, we'll see. Water dragons can regenerate their tails, yes. But they're not very prone to dropping them like a gecko would be or something. But they are one of fewer gametes that can actually regrow their tails. Plan on using a technique for your boyd's background, but expanding a bit more to make some ledges. Yeah, fair enough. The plan for that enclosure was really just to have a sort of more smoother rock background that just looked nice in the background because they don't climb on it all that much. Just something that looks cool and that's not in the way of all the branches and everything. Subject, would you recommend for bioactive pygmy bearded dragon enclosure? My boy's getting big, so I plan on purchasing 120 gallon for him. I'm not really sure. Probably some sort of organic soil mix. And I'd mix in some bark with that maybe, and maybe some sphagnum moss in the lower level. But yeah, they need to be really dry, so it's kind of a hard thing to do. Gillen's monitor, are they hard to find a breeder? Yes, at the moment they are. I rarely ever see any for sale. If I do, they're gone within seconds. So you can try and do what I did, find a good breeder like my friend Luke, and then just pester them for like 2 years, and then once babies come out, by that time you at the front of the line and you can have your pick basically. What lizard would you think would be best for a 1 meter tank? Depends. Is it 1 meter tall, 1 meter wide? What kind of thing are you into? You know, how are you going to deck it out? Where do you live? There's lots of things that go into it. But something small would be good. Maybe a pygmy beardy or something, depending if it's wide or high. I understand expanding foam has a limited time frame for use. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm thinking of getting a blue tongue skink. I have two options for an enclosure: 1200 or 60x60, or 90 by 50 by 50. What one would you recommend? Definitely the 1200. If it's 1200 long, you want as much floor space as possible. Anything I should know before getting one? There's lots you should know. Just do heaps of research. Watch my videos, watch other people's videos, like Reptile Mountain TV. He has some good ones. And yeah, just do lots of research. Join Facebook groups. That's a big thing. I've learned a lot from a lot of Facebook groups, talking to people who have kept and bred animals for decades and have a lot of things to share. Just don't get too caught up in all the drama that often pops up on Facebook groups. Do you sell your animals online? Yes, I do. You just got to go to my Facebook page, Coop's Reptiles, and I post up there what's for sale, basically. My posts have to be a bit more cryptic now on Facebook because Facebook doesn't allow for animal sales, technically, I think, anymore. So I'll just say on a post, like, here are some baby Boyd's forest dragons available. Message the page if you want to know more about them. And yeah, or you can just send me a direct message asking what I have available and I'll let you know. Are there any reptiles you're thinking of buying? Yeah, I said that before. Probably a snake soon, not sure what species, and maybe some pink tongue skinks or something like that. We'll have to see. At the moment, with all the lockdown going on, I don't think I'm getting anything for a little bit. So yeah, how is everyone today? What's everyone up to? Probably not much. Probably just staying at home, I imagine. But yeah. Here, a little baby forest dragon. They're so cute. I do have 4 of these guys left for sale. This is a little boy I'm probably going to keep though because he's pretty cool little character. Would you prefer Gillens or Ackies? I prefer Gillens. Well, they're both really cool though. I just chose to get a Gillens over an Ackie because they're a bit less common and I like tree monitors. But if Gillens had the coloration of Ackies, that would just be perfect. There you go, buddy. Love to buy one of your blues. I don't really have any available right now, but hopefully next season. Jason is working. Fair enough. Good on you. Whereabouts do I live? I live on the Central Coast, New South Wales. Goanna feeding day. Nice. Lace monitors good pets? Depends, really. Probably not for most people. They get too big, too dangerous. People don't put enough time into them often, so they aren't very handleable. And for an animal like that, unless you've got a setup where you can just leave it alone, you'd want it to be pretty calm with those claws and especially those teeth. So yeah, Lacy's are a bit more of an advanced reptile, I reckon. That said, I'd like to get one day. Angus, how are ya? I love tree monitors also. My favourite's the emerald tree monitor, but they are tough to keep and buy in my area. I'm not sure if they're that tough to keep, but depending where you're from, yeah, they're like impossible to get here in Australia. Unless you have, unless you want to drop like 10 grand on a single animal. Because there is some for sale at the moment, or at least there was. It was 30 grand for the pair, I think. So yeah, a bit of an investment there. What's your favourite monitor? Ooh, that's a difficult one. The emerald tree monitors are obviously amazing. I do like lace monitors as well a lot. If we're just talking about Australian stuff, those two are pretty awesome. I like Kimberley Rock monitors; they're nice. But then international stuff, I mean, it's hard to beat a Komodo dragon, especially when you've worked with some up close. There's nothing like them. Just anything that looks, really pretty. I agree with you. Worth the work, though. Yeah, for sure. So once you have a big tame monitor that you can just hang out with, and it's so cool. Does your mate Luke sell? Yes, he does, but I don't think he has anything available at the moment. You just got to get in at the right time, basically. Do you own any venomous lizards? No, not no. Wouldn't mind it though. Gila monsters are pretty cool. Not allowed to keep them though. Conqueror says help. What am I helping with? Do you produce any bluey morphs? Yep. So I have. Sometimes I breed het hypers. If anyone has a female het hypermelanistic or hypermelanistic they want to give me to breed with my male, then that'd be great. I'd love to produce some little baby hypers. But I'm more focused on the blotchies now as far as blueies go. What else? Conquer. Oh, hello instead of help. Okay, that's, yes, less worrying. Very good. Hello to you too. Do you wish chameleons were allowed in Australia? Absolutely. Chameleons are amazing. Some of the coolest reptiles around. I've been fortunate enough to work with some at my job, and they're just so cool, especially feeding them. That tongue, epic. So epic. And some of the little dwarf species and stuff, like, it would just be so cool to keep something like that. The worst thing about chameleons, though, really is how short their lifespans are. They're lucky to make it over, 6 years, as far as I know, depending on the species. Well, it's more for me how I can't keep one outside. Some east of space where mum lets me move out and get my far away. Fair enough. When do you start turning lights down for brumation yourself, and how's that process going for you? I don't really turn out anything. The animals kind of just go themselves, and then I'll just turn everything off. They can really pick up on the slightest thing. The ambient stuff to drop a little bit, and then my bearded dragon's already brumating. She dug down a few days ago. Now all her lights are off. I won't see her for ages. So yeah, they sort of do it themselves. My western blue tongues aren't really coming out now. One sort of poked its head out this morning, but they're starting to go down. So yeah, you just sort of let them do their thing, and then once they're not coming out anymore, I just turn everything off. Where do you work? One of my jobs is I work as a zookeeper. How come my eastern was green, then went like a northern? I have no idea. You have to explain more on that one. If I were to get a pet gecko, what species do you recommend? I am not the person to be asking about geckos. I am rarely kept geckos, and just get with any reptile, get what interests you, what you're going to actually want to put time into, what's not going to bore you over time. and something that you can actually manage to keep. You know what I mean? Like, don't just get something because it's easy or because it's really interesting. Or sorry, not because it's interesting to someone else and not you. Get what you want to keep, really, as long as you can keep it properly. It's the biggest thing. With that said, knobtail geckos and stuff are pretty cool. Do you have any bearded dragons? Yes, I have a pygmy bearded dragon, a Pagona Henry Lawsoni, to be specific. I used to have Eastern beardies. Yeah, I had another pygmy bearded dragon, but she passed away, unfortunately. Yeah, I used to have Eastern beardies, and I've looked after a bunch of Central beardies before. How do you know they are brumating? Because they sort of dig a burrow for themselves and they don't come out for days. Or they pick a spot somewhere and they just don't move. You want to also make sure your animal is in a healthy condition and it's not sick in any way or lethargic. Due to that, you don't want to confuse the two because, yeah, that could end badly. Should I stop brumation for my 4-month-old Eastern? I probably would. I'd keep them heated throughout their first year. It's just what I do. They might slow down a little bit, but yeah, I would keep them heated. The best way for young blue tongues to keep them out of brumation or to keep them more active over winter is the night heat, especially. Because through summer, you never need to heat them during the night. And when winter hits, that's when it really becomes apparent to them that they don't have the energy. So get that night heat up, and that'll be great. Do you try not to brumate your young blueies? Yes, I usually keep them out. With that said, though, I do have some baby blotchies from this season. They're still outside, but I might end up bringing them in. They're super tough. Should I feed my bearded dragons a lot of food before brumation? Yeah, you want to just make sure they're at a healthy size before they go down so they don't, wither away. But you don't want to fill them full of food and then switch the heat off right away. Because if that food's in their stomach and they don't have time to digest it with the heat and that stays in them, it can rot inside their stomach and then kill them from the inside. So just beware of that. And if they're starting to want to brumate anyway, they won't really want much food. They'll start to drop off with their interest in food and everything. So, yeah. So recently my beardie's head turned to a bright yellow, outlining the scales of his head and neck. Do you have any idea what this means or how it happened? Not really. Beardies and a lot of reptiles can just change colours quite a bit depending on, their temperature and their mood and stuff like that. So it could just be that, but it's hard to say. I'm going to get a pit, I think, for blueies. Would you recommend anything? Just make sure it's escape proof. They can't dig out from under it, and the blueies are big enough that they can't get taken by any predators, or that you have a screen top over the top of it so nothing can get in or out. Do you know Lady Antebellum? No. Hey, stop losing skin from brumating. Just keep them warmer. Well, keep their temperature the same as their spring summer conditions. Don't let it drop down with winter. Do you have any shinglebacks? No, but that is also something I want to get soon. A little shingy. They're super cool. They're so cute. I'd like a Goldfields, but they are a bit expensive. Do you do herping in your country? Do you plan on visiting the USA? I'd love to visit the USA sometime soon. And yeah, lots of places I'd like to go. And yes, I do a lot of herping. I was herping yesterday actually. I found a little leopard. It's fun. It's on my Instagram if you want to have a look. Yeah, I do a lot of herping when it's good. Getting more into it. Sucks that now the herp season's pretty much over. The cold weather coming in. It sucks. Love your channel, great information and entertaining. I learned a lot from my jeweled Lacerda setup for getting him. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. One has to go, Lucky Charms. Lola J, I have no idea what you're on about. Can you only keep reptiles from Oz if you live in Oz, right? Absolutely, that's correct. It's yeah, limited here in Australia. We're only allowed to keep the natives. Depending on the state as well, you're even limited on the natives you can keep or how much access you have to them. That's just how it is. Has its pros and cons, but we're lucky in Australia because we have a lot of incredible species like these little things right here. So cool. So yeah, while we can't have some of the cool exotics, we have a lot of cool stuff here. Do you keep any inverts? Yeah, I breed a lot of inverts for reptile food. I've got like roaches, isopods, a few different kinds. Started breeding earthworms too. So yeah, if that counts. What's your Instagram? It's Coop VDW. I got to go now, but love seeing your record. Herping and upload to your channel, maybe. Yeah, I've got some herping videos out there. Just look through the channel. Most recent one was where I was looking for ankle-headed dragons. That was an awesome day. So go check out that video. I quite like it. And I'll catch you later. Good evening, how are you? What's your advice on getting as many subscribers as you? Just consistency. I try and upload every week and I try and make the videos interesting or stuff that is not usually out there, I guess. Yeah. The main thing with YouTube is just consistency, I think. And just trying to do as best as you can. Don't be too concerned that it's not perfect because there's always someone that's going to make a 10 times better video than you. But everyone has something they can share and yeah, it's all helpful. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope the weather's nice for you. It's meant to be a nice sunny day here. Probably one of the last few before winter fully hits. So I'll definitely have to get out and try and do something. I adore your blotchies. Wish I could find one here in the States. Yeah, very rare in the States. They are the best blue tongue to have, in my opinion. But yeah, very thankful to have them. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Did you start at a young age collecting animals? And if so, what animals were they? Yeah, so I started with reptiles when I was a few years old. I saw a little Gammons species out the front of my house. I used to live in Townsville, Queensland, North Queensland. And there's a little, what was it, like a little knobby or a Burns dragon or something out in the front yard. And I was like, that's awesome. And then I think my dad caught a few. We had them in a little enclosure outside. So that's how it kind of started. And I got some snakes as well. Everything was wild caught back then because, you know, I was a kid. I didn't know you needed a license or whatever. And there was just stuff in the backyard. I had a water python. I think we had a spotted python or a children's. I don't know. So yeah, some frogs. That's how it started. I was just loving it. Hella storms in Virginia. That sucks. Unless you need the rain. I don't know. Do you have any carpet pythons? No, not anymore. I used to have diamonds. I might be getting a new snake soon. It might be a diamond again or something of that sort, but we'll see. A cloud in the sky here in Brizzy. Nice. Do you know anything about movies? So, yes, which movie do you like and dislike? I don't know. I don't watch that many movies anymore. You'd have to just like say a movie and tell me if I liked it or not. Do you know anyone actively breeding Primordius at the moment? I just saw a video the other day. I think Peter Birch has some. Yeah, and he had some babies, but I doubt he'd be selling any. Otherwise, my mate Rob at Ironbark Aussie Pets has some, I think. I don't know if he's been breeding them or not, had any success, but he'd be trying for sure. But yeah, I think I saw Peter Birch had some. They're a bit of a rare one though, I think. Cool little monitor though. Blue tongue is starting to hibernate. Only awake for a little day. Aren't eating much. Was wondering what you suggest. Just let them do their thing. Make sure they have a nice dry bunch of substrate they can bury in and do their thing. Make sure, yeah, they're dry and got enough food in them. Do you have a license for your pets, and why do we need to have licenses to own your own pet? Yeah, so yeah, everything here is on license. New South Wales reptile license. We have the R2 advanced license, keeping things like these boids and some of the rarer blue tongues in that. I don't know where you're from, but here in Australia, we're not allowed to have exotic wildlife or just capture native wildlife. It's illegal. Everything's protected. So yeah, we have a licensing system, so everything can be captive and managed accordingly. So yeah, a bit restrictive, but it is what it is. Sorry if I missed your question, anyone. I have a snake. I have a bunch of animals. Awesome. What did I breed this season? So bred a bunch of these fellas here. Little baby Boyd's forest dragons. They're some of my favorites. I had a litter of eastern blue tongue babies, as always, and a litter of alpine blotched blue tongues. Oh, and I also bred some mountain dragon babies. So yeah, not a bad little season. Do you go out and catch lizards and snakes? If so, what's your favorite to catch? Lately, like this season, it's my favorite catch has been just rainforest dragons. I've been finding a bunch of angle-headed dragons, and they're so great. They're really hard to find because they're so cryptic. So when you find one, it's like, oh wow, it's pretty awesome. And then they're not like a water dragon or something that will just dart off if you come close to it. You can stand like right in front of them. You can even just go like that and just grab them off the tree, and they don't even do anything. They're awesome. And then like snakes and stuff, I haven't found that much this season. I found a little marsh snake yesterday. That was cool. Just diamonds and stuff. So yeah, my favorite to catch is whatever's around, really. As long as it's not like a grass skink or something that's like a bit more interesting. Thanks for answering my question, mate. Love the channel. Thank you. It's cool you have to have a reptile license in Australia. It protects the animals. Yeah, to an extent. There's still lots of poachers out there. Do you base the habitat off where they would live life in the wild? Yes, absolutely. So like my boys here, the rainforest is where they live, so lots of trees, lots of plants, lots of water. I mist this down regularly, vines and stuff. So it's all about trying to recreate the natural environment. Are we even allowed in the bush? What do you mean? Oh, like at the moment with the whole quarantine thing, it just depends. I think you're not allowed to go very far if it's like down the road from you, whatever. You're going for a walk for exercise. I think it's all right. But stay at home if you're unsure, if you don't have to go out. Do you think lizards know the difference between real plants and a fake plant? What do you recommend? Um, I'd say they probably do to an extent, especially with how it affects their little microclimates and stuff. Because real plants, obviously, release uh, humidity and whatnot, so they can probably pick up on those sorts of things. And real plants, obviously, the way to go if you can do it properly and maintain it. But go at your own pace. It can take a while to figure out how to do it all. How's the Boyd's Forest Dragons new setup going? I'll show you. It's going great. The dragons haven't really moved. They're starting to slow down now. There's the big boy there, hanging out. But yeah, it's going good. Got some new plants. Hopefully going to come in there soon. I put in that palm yesterday and waiting for some other stuff. But yeah, I think it's doing great. I love the look. It's so much better, I reckon. So yeah, very happy with it. Big. Our Boyds R2, yes, they are R2. They're not a very hard species to keep, really, but I don't know. I guess back in the day when they made all the licensing and stuff and that, they weren't a very common species and people didn't know how to look after them as well. But yeah, they're pretty cool. They're my favourite dragon in Australia, I'd say. Looks sick. Thanks. What do you feed lizards behind you? So these Boyd's Forest Dragons, all of them, they eat insects. So roaches, crickets, worms, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to try my adults soon with some fruit, see if they want to eat some fruity stuff, because apparently they might eat a little bit of fruit in the wild. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, just insects for these guys, and they go nuts for it. Neelan, how are you? Sorry if I butchered names. Yeah, they're so cute when they're little like this. So what's everyone else up to today? I'm just doing live streams and looking at lizards and stuff because there's not much reason to go outside. You ever kept one of those geckos? No. Absolutely gorgeous. I love them. Yeah, they're the best. How do you sprinkle calcium dust when you feed them? So, I'll just say, do you? Yes, I do. So I have a container like this, a deli cup. I put the roaches in there or crickets, whatever. I put a bunch of calcium in there and I just shake it all around and get it to cover them all. Pretty simple, but it's very important to get all those vitamins and minerals and everything into the animals. Do you mind checking out my video where I catch a shingleback? I understand if not, I uploaded about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, could have a look. Milan. Okay, no worries. Cleaning up tegu and skink poop. Fair enough. Fair enough. Playing with my Eastern Water Dragon. I assume it's Eastern Water Dragon. That's awesome. Hopefully you've got it nice and tame. They take a bit more to tame. But they're an underrated animal, I think. The Eastern Water, just the water dragons in general. Or maybe not the Gippslands, because I know a lot of people want them because they're not very common. But Eastern Water Dragons are an awesome animal. I'd have some if I made a much bigger pit, I think. Getting the blues ready for brumation and feeding all my inverts. Cool. What do you feed your inverts? Got two 30 by 30 by 47 centimeters tanks if you want them. Are they like exoterras? If they're exoterras and they're free, I'll take them for sure. Just got here, which reptile are you talking about right now? I'm just talking about all sorts. Ask away. Still going to pass some time. Just set up winter design enclosures for bearded dragons and blueies. Cool. How are you doing that? What's special about them? You keep Eastern blues and Cunningham skinks together in a large outdoor pits. Yes, lots of people do that. Obviously, with cohabiting any animal, just keep an eye on them, make sure there's no aggression, fighting, anything like that. But yeah, that's a lot of people do that. He's 1 year old, just hangs out on my arm. We live over in New Zealand. Nice. Breed my own cockroaches and mealworms. Sweet. Yeah, they're exoterras. Well, if you want to give them to me, just message me through my Facebook page, Coop's Reptiles, or at Coop's Reptile World, and we'll see what happens. But I'm just gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. I just need to go grab something, so I'll just leave you guys here to check out the little dragons, and I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Just had to check if no one had messaged me. Okay, what did I miss? I have 2 bearded dragons, both 3 months. Cool. What are bearded dragon keepers? Maybe I should make more bearded dragon videos. Would you guys like to see more beardy vids? What would you like to see? Or know about, or whatever. Beardies are a very common pet, so there's probably a lot of questions about them. Got the one Eastern Bluey. Nice. Eastern Blueys are like the best first reptile, I think. And they're such a good long-term, companion. Building my diamond python a massive outdoor enclosure. Gonna look great once it's done. Yeah, that's awesome. I love seeing like outdoor snake enclosures. It's so cool to see them out there doing their thing. And yeah, diamonds especially. Yeah, that's something I might look into in the future. Just a bunch of plants, make like a little rainforest in there. So cool. Do you see a big difference, light bill, if you have a lot of cages with lights on them? Not particularly for me, because we're on solar power here during the day, so we don't really notice that because all the lights go off at night. So depending on how many you have, where you live, and what sort of power it's chewing, yeah, you might notice it. It's one of the downsides to keeping the reptiles is all the heating and lighting and stuff. You ship animals? Yes, but I'm sort of staying away from it at the moment with everything going on. Got two bearded dragons, both 2 months old, but one is what meant to be, the other is tiny. Could there be a reason? How are you feeding them? That would be my question to you. Are you ensuring they're both eating? Are they both using the basking spot? Is there a dominance issue? Is one not able to access the heat because the other one's hogging it? Yeah, look into those things. Otherwise, some just grow faster than others, Some just like shoot up like a weed and others are more slow and steady. So yeah, you just got to calibrate for each individual animal and just monitor what's going on. Blue tongue and mountain dragons. Awesome. I have 4 beardies. Nice. Would you like to see what kind of beardies though? Tell me what kind of beardie do you have? Whenever someone says beardie, I assume they mean a central beardie, a viticeps. But if you have other species, let me know, because there's a few different species of bearded dragon. I'd like to see more about the monitor. Yes, the little monitor. He's crazy. I might be trying a Facebook live stream after this, and I might feed the monitor while I do that. So head over to my Facebook. Make sure you follow it and like it, whatever you got to do over there. And you might see some more of the monitor over there, as well as everything else. Yes, please, the new Gammons monitor. Yep, I've got lots of videos coming with the Gammons, I think. He started coming out of my hand now, which is cool. So yeah, I love that little dude. Outdoor monitor enclosure. I'd need a monitor that could go outside, which is a good point. I should just go get a Lacey, shouldn't I? How do you breed your blueies? I put them outside, give them the right conditions and a good diet, and they do the rest. That simple. Although this next season will be different, because I'm going to be trying to breed my Centralians and my Westerns, and they're both inside. So that's going to be new, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully success on both fronts would be incredible. That would be an amazing season. But we'll see when we get there. Do you have to convince your parents? I do with snakes. Depends. If I have room, I guess. I don't know. I like to think I'm pretty responsible. I weigh up the pros and cons of different things, and if it's really feasible to have a certain thing, if it's going to work. Yes, I could have a lot more animals. I could have so much stuff and just be overrun with all sorts of different things. So I have a whole shed up the back that's full of empty tanks, like bigger than this room. I could have that full if I really put my mind to it. But then that becomes way too much. And yeah, I'm going to keep things nice and manageable. So yeah, I like to think I'm my own moderator and I do a good job of it. But one day I'll have my own place and it'll be crazy. Do you keep your reptiles outside? If so, year round? Yep. So everything that lives outside is out there year round. So my turtles, my eastern blue tongues, my blotched blue tongues. And yeah, that's everything I have outside at the moment. I'll take things out for sunning during the warm months, but that's about it. So yeah. Hello, how are you? 4 central beardies. Awesome. Central beardies are a really cool animal. You can't deny that. That's why they're so popular. They are a cool lizard. Go live on Instagram. I could. I don't have that many followers on Instagram, I don't think, so I don't think many people would show up. Do you raise your own rat or mice? No. I probably would if I. Oh, no, I probably wouldn't. I used to when I had snakes, but yeah. I don't feed rats or mice much at all to anything I have here at the moment, so it's not really much need to. I only have blue tongues, but I like seeing your mountain dragons. Yeah, I've had a lot of comments, questions, and stuff about mountain dragons lately. It's interesting because a lot of people sort of just look past them as a species. Um, but I've always been really into them, so it's nice to see some more people are interested. They're one of the coolest little dragons around, I think. Not an expensive animal at all either, if you can find some for sale. Yep, a lacy for sure. Yep. Just go get a lacy, just like that. No worries. That is a goal one day, though, for sure. Lacy. They're my favourite large Australian monitor. To me, they're just a mini Komodo dragon. In their looks and their behaviour, they're essentially like a young Komodo dragon because they're very arboreal. Yeah, and then in their body structure, they're just like it. I have Berber skinks and ocellated skinks. You know anything about them? I have heard and seen them on videos and stuff before. We obviously don't have them in Australia, but they're very pretty and very cool. The Berbers, they're kind of like a pretty coloured blue tongue mixed with some sort of a Gurnia or something. Very cool. One is a sandfire orange, one hypo, one wild type with a very good red colour, but I'm sure of morph. Cool. I did have quite a liking for the sandfires and the red coloured beardies back in the day. Very cool. Have you seen Beach's Scaly Beast's new brown snake? Yes, I have. Very cool. I was with him that day when he got it. I didn't see when he actually got it, but I saw the snake before he got it. I also gave him a female Boyd's Forest Dragon that day. So, shout out to Luke. He's a legend. If you're not following Luke and seeing his YouTube channel, he's putting out some good videos lately. Really good of his bioactive gecko enclosures and monitors and stuff. So make sure you definitely head over to his channel, Beach's Scaly Beasts on YouTube. If you go on my YouTube page, on my actual page, I have a recommended list of people, and he's on there. So check him out. My cousin has a young male Parenti named Chopper. That's cool. Yeah, Parentis are awesome. They're not around as much now. Your other small pits, would you maybe sell one? If so, would use that for my blues. Are you talking about my hutches or my pits? Because pits aren't really something I could sell. They're sort of just smashed together. But the hutches, I've had lots of people asking about the hutches to buy. I'm thinking about it. It's just I'm trying to figure out how to get all the materials, because a lot of the materials we used for my ones were just stuff we had lying around. So, and I'd want to keep costs down as much as I could if I was going to sell them. So, just got to figure it out. Do you have any tips on sexing central netted dragons? Yes. I have a whole video on sexing Australian dragons. Go watch that. There's a few different methods. You can lift up the tail, look for hemipenal bulges, or you can, I've got a thing here actually. You get one of these. Come here, buddy. Get one of these. It's called a pen torch. Has a torch, obviously, small. You get your dragon. You look from underneath. If he can move his little leggies, if you can see that, you shine in through the side of the tail, which you probably can't see. Yep, there you go. You can see. Oh, you actually can see that. The two lines. There. Hopefully you can see that. He has two dark lines inside his tail. because this is a boy, and there is hemipenes, the blood vessels. So a girl will have nothing there, or like maybe a little red dot in the middle. But yeah, he's puffing out now. He's grumpy. So that is the easiest way, really, the most accurate, I suppose, to non-invasively sex in a gamet. Just get that torch, shine at the side of the tail. Some species are better than others with it. Maybe you can see the 2 red lines. Surprised it's picking that up. You guys can see that, I hope. So yeah, that easy. People always ask me when I sell my boids, so I'm like, I can sex them for you. What do you want? And they're like, how? Very easy. Takes a few seconds. But it doesn't work if they're in shed because it gets cloudy. So keep that in mind. That is how I would try and sex an unknown gammon if I couldn't just check for the hemipenal bulges. So check out my whole video on it. Yeah. Now, questions. Sorry if I miss anything, guys. I have an Irian Jaya blue tongue, black and white Argentine tegu, nice. Brazilian rainbow boa, beautiful. That's a beautiful bunch of animals. I love those tegus. I have one at work, the only one in Australia, black and white Argentine tegu. He is so cool. Coolest animal. And rainbow boas are just pretty as. How you can tell the difference between male and female eastern blue tongue. I have a video on that as well. Go check that out. It's a bit harder. It's not 100%. The only way to really 100% accurately sex a blue tongue is if you've seen them pop out their parts, if it's a male or drop sperm plugs, or had babies if it's a female. Otherwise, go to a vet and see if they can do the contrast dye method. But that costs money, gets X-rays, etc. So just go watch my video on it to get a rough idea. Yeah, I love albinos, retic, 5 leopard geckos, a tarantula, nice. Retics are cool, man. I like retics. Most people just don't have the space to keep them though. Checkered garter and 3 rats. I assume you mean 3 rat snakes. That's awesome. Do you have reptile shows at your place? And if so, do you sell there? Do you mean like I do tours or something? No, my house is open to the public. Sorry. I'd love to have that sort of thing one day where I could have a mini zoo set up and have people come check it out. That'd be amazing. And if you want me to get there, just get my views up in my videos. Make me go viral. So, have you ever caught a sand monitor? No, I haven't. That'd be cool though. They're probably super fast. It'd be hard to run after one of them. Parentes are my number 2 dream babies of all time. Yeah. They're really pretty animals, aren't they? Thanks everyone for stopping by the way. This stream's going pretty good. Yes, the hutches, yeah. So, yeah, I'm still trying to see about that. Blueies indoors, what do you keep them temp at night, especially during winter? They're babies, I just keep their temp, between 20 to 30 during the night. Adults, if I'm brumating them, just let it drop. Although my Centralians at the moment, I'm keeping a bit warmer. I am heating them mid-20s during the night because I'm trying to match the reports of their current temperatures in the wild. So, yeah. Any baby boys left? Yes, I have 4. There's one there, little girl. I've got them all sexed. I've got 2 males, 2 females. So it works out perfect. 2 pairs. So I think almost read it. Matthew, no comments like that, please. Oh, I'm going to have to block you, mate. I'm gonna have to remove those. Sorry, that was funny to read though. Can you do the pen torch technique with blue tongues? No, no, unfortunately not. The only one it works with is Centralian blue tongues, and you need more than a pen torch to shine through those little fatties. So yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work on blueies. It does work on some skinks, but not blueies, unless it's a Centralian. How do you sex geckos smaller than 10 centimeters? I have no idea. Usually with geckos, they have external, like visual gonads. You can see on males, they have two big bulges. But I'm not sure if that's universal in all geckos. But yeah, I need help with my lizard. What's wrong with it? I'm a female Indonesian blue tongue skink. Nice. I have a male Indonesian blue tongue. All right, Matthew. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to be you're put on timeout. Okay. Howdy. How are you? Worst injury from a reptile. I don't know. I haven't had that much bad injuries, thankfully, yet. We'll see. Yeah, no, I've been pretty lucky. I'm not too crazy, so probably just a bad bite or something, or a big deep scratch. I don't know. Nothing immediately springs to mind, so I guess I just need to do some more crazy stuff and get injured, I guess. I've got a pet sand monitor. Cool. That's very cool. Howdy, Cooper. How are you? I am doing great. Loving talking to all you guys. It's good fun. Loving all the questions. Do you take the photo of the blue tongue on your profile pic? Yes, yes. Oh, I didn't take the photo, but it's my blue tongue. I was holding it, and he was grumpy, and then a friend of mine took the photo. Yeah, that blue tongue is one of my blotchies. That's a big adult up the back now. That was when he was little. What's your favorite reptile? Any reptile that's in front of me that I can touch, probably. You can't ask what the favorite is. It's that's too hard. If you get more specific, like what's your favorite Australian gammon from Queensland? I would say the Boyd's Forest Dragon. Yeah, favorite overall reptile? Nah, that's too hard. I love them all. My ball python bit my eye once, a few millimeters from my eyeball. Whew. Yeah, that's not good. Are the baby Boyds from the same clutch? Yes, they are. So I only have the, well, I got another now, but the one adult pair produced all my babies. There's the boy. The female's up the top there. You probably can't see her. He's right up there somewhere. Yeah, and that's the other one that's up there. Is actually one of the babies I kept from the first time I ever bred them. So that's the little babies now. That's this older sibling. How do you personally go about introducing blotchies to each other for long-term cohabitation? So I would put them on probably neutral ground, meaning not either one of them's enclosure, somewhere else. I'd make sure they aren't both male, and that's about it. And just watch them, see how they interact, and yeah, go from there. Blotchies are a lot calmer than Easterns or Northerns or whatever, but two males I've found will definitely fight. Females together, never had an issue. Male and female together, never really had an issue. So yeah. I don't really like retics because I got bitten by a 14-footer. Whew. Yeah, that's not fun. I hope I never get bitten by one of the retics at work. That would suck. Getting a killer Australian blue tongue in a few weeks. Looking forward to it. Wanted one for years. Where are you getting it from? Is my question, because there was one for sale not long ago, and I swear I was the first person to message the guy, and he said it was already sold, and I was not happy. It was a beautiful Northern Territory locality. Oh, I would have loved it. But yeah, congrats. They're an awesome blue tongue. Very different to all the others. Mine are some grumpy little turds, but they're awesome. Thinking about getting another reptile, what would you recommend? Whatever interests you. Depends. What are you into? What do you have now? What do you like the look of? What kind of enclosure do you want to set up? These days now, I'm usually thinking about what reptile I want based on what kind of enclosure I want to make. At the moment, I'm really into the rainforest setup, so I want some pink tongue skinks. So yeah, whatever is piquing your interest and you have the means to take care of. Have you ever had any other pets other than reptiles? Yep, got one right here next to me hanging out. It's a little sausage dog having a sleep. Jody. She's very old. What are you doing? So, yep, got a little sausage dog. Got two actually. Had other dogs, had birds, fish. We had a lot of fish here at one point. Chickens. We had chickens until recently. They were savagely murdered by something. I don't know what, but it was very horrible. So yeah, I've had a few different things. Sorry guys, there's so many questions. I'm just trying to figure out where the hell I am. I've been very lucky with injuries considering I used to free handle copperheads and water moccasins as a kid. Fair enough. It's all about the energy you put out there, I suppose. It's got a new blue tongue. Do you hand feed yours or do you just throw the bugs in? With blue tongues, I always feed live food off tongues because, especially if you're housing more than one together, it can go south very fast. They can bite each other and death rolls, and yeah, it's not good. You ever found caught a marbled gecko? Yes, I believe I have. Very cool. How many times have you redesigned your enclosures since COVID? Isolation and commencement. A little less than you'd think. I still have one of my jobs, so I'm still working a bit. So yeah. Also getting a Gurnia epsisolis and a Gurnia signatus. A few weeks. Where are you getting them from? Message me. Dude, message me on my Facebook page. I'd like to talk to you. I want to know where you're getting all this stuff from. I work with Depressor and Signatus. We even had them breed. So damn cool. They are some of the best skinks around, little pygmy spiny tail skinks. Some of the coolest little pets I think you could have. They're never around for sale usually. And I'm just going to be right back, guys, really quickly because my device is about to die due to lack of charge. So I'm going to go get the charger. I'll be right back. Again, you can look at the little dragons. All right. Okay, let's see. we're charging. We're back in business. All right. What have I missed? Super Satansky, how are ya? It's got a new blue tongue. Oh, yep, saw that. Working on getting a tricolored hognose. My retic is incredible. Obsessed with him. Nice. Very cool. It wasn't off Sav. From a Victorian mate. Interesting. Has he got any more? I'm interested. Anyone selling captive bred Centralians, if they're captive bred, or if they're specific locale or something, I don't know. I'm interested. Is he live? Yes, I'm live. George Glenister. Messaged Sav and he didn't reply for an hour and then it was sold. Yep, pretty much. I saw his ad pop up, like literally, it was just now it popped up. I messaged him right away and then, he didn't message me for like an hour and it was sold as well. So I was like, great. Cheers for that. My Bluey is a sweetheart, sleeps in the bed with me sometimes. My Tigu sleeps in my belly every single night. Wow. I could not do that with my reptiles. I'm like a tornado when I sleep. I'm always just spinning around all over the place. I cannot sit still. I don't know. I'm crazy. Yeah, that's crap. What's crap? My blue tongue won't eat crickets. Yeah, sometimes they're not into live food that much. As long as it's eaten, some good quality dog food and stuff, I wouldn't be worried. Check your temps too at this time of year, because they could just be going off food in general. I said this to Luke as well. I reckon it'd be awesome if you opened your house up for small tours and info nights. That would be cool, but unfortunately it's not only my house. So, plus I don't know if there's any other issues that could come with that. It's hard to trust people, unfortunately. Yeah. Especially with having the really cool animals I've got. I don't want them to ever be lost, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'd like to do something like that in the future, but it won't be here, I can tell you that much. If you want to see meet me and animals and stuff, you could just come to where I work. It is a zoo on the Central Coast. I'm not always there though, but when I am. Hello. I used to have heaps of water skinks in my backyard, but my chooks decimated them. Far out. Those are some brutal chooks. We have a bunch here in my yard, and the chickens didn't pay much attention to them. But yeah, that's crazy. Hi, dragons. Yeah, man, they're awesome. Wanted some for ages, and found a guy who breeds a lot of them. And yeah, the rest is history. Not cheap. Nothing is life. Well, yeah, definitely let me know who it is. I'm interested to talk to anyone who breeds them, just to get some ideas on how they've been doing it. So yeah, sounds like you got some cool animals on the way. Yeah, you'll notice they're a lot different to all the other blue tongues. I thought Westerns were similar when I got them, but no, Westerns are really different. Have you ever had a stick insect as a pet? Yes, I have. Not for very long though, but they're cool. How much is a blue tongue and a Shiraya? Wow, so could go from like $5 up to a couple $1,000 depending on the blue tongue. So species wise, the eastern blue tongue baby would typically cost you between $25 and $80. Blotched blue tongue, depending on form, color, locality, could again be like $50 to $400. Western blue tongues, I've seen them from about $200 to $500. Centralian blue tongues, they're captive bred babies. So you can like fucking probably ask 1,000 for one, honestly. It's because they're so rare. Northerns are around the $100 mark for a normal, I think. Pygmy blue tongues, priceless, not available. Not going to be available, I don't think. So yeah. And shinglebacks vary a lot as well. And then, you get into all your morphs and everything else, and it's all over the place. Sadly, they don't. And it's captive bred. They're so expensive, though. That's life, isn't it? Yep. It's just supply and demand, I suppose. That's a very rare animal in captivity. So people can sort of ask what they want. Just depends what you're willing to pay. I'm going to go. Thank you. All right. Have a great day. I'll see you later. What's your favorite type of monitor lizard? Oh, depends. It depends. Like small monitor lizards or like medium size. I don't know. Emerald tree monitors are obviously awesome. I love lace monitors. Komodo dragons, obviously. The small stuff, I love my little Gillen's monitor. He's awesome. And just a lot of those little ones that are really colourful and stuff. Mangrove monitors are pretty cool. They're really pretty. Same with Mertens water monitors. I like them. I don't much toss and turn because I love snuggling my reptiles. That is lucky. Which zoo is it? It's a zoo on the central coast of New South Wales. One that has a lot of reptiles. Too bad I can't teleport. I've kept a pair of common garnet skinks and bred them, and I released them to lay eggs. Fair enough. I've hatched some garden skink eggs before that we dug up. Have you ever came down to Vic? I might have been in Vic when I was a young kid. Haven't been there since. I want to come down next season probably to go to the expos and stuff. We'll see what happens. I chucked you a message on your page and your personal account about who breeds him. You're friends with him. Oh, interesting. I'm trying to think of who it is. Anyway, I'll look at that after I'm done with this stream. I'll message you back. Are you a member of the Herp Society? No, I'm not, unfortunately. I've been meaning to just sign up and do it, but usually whenever Herp meetings are on and stuff like that, I'm always working, like always, no matter what. I'm always working during those times. Just my luck, I suppose. So because of that reason, I've never really had much of a desire to join because I've never been able to use any of the services. But yeah, I really should. Love what they do. All of them, though. I find them Solomon prehensile tail skinks to be interesting. Oh yeah, they're incredible animals. Again, I have work with some of them at my job. They are very cool. Very sharp claws, though. They will destroy you if they get you wrong. It hurts. But yeah, amazing animals. Can we see little Gillen's up to? Yeah, we'll go have a look in a minute, I suppose. I'm probably going to feed him on a Facebook live stream after this. I'm going to try it out because I've never gone live on Facebook before. What's your favorite Moralia species? It would have to be the green tree python, obviously. Otherwise, I love rough-scaled pythons, obviously, and diamond pythons. They're my three favorites. Can't really beat them. Moralia species. It's Colin. Which Colin though? I know a few Collins that are into reptiles. So I'll have to see. Love to meet you there one day. Yeah, nice. How much is a shingleback? Depends on the species and age and color. I've seen normal eastern shinglebacks as low as like 150, and then you got your goldfields, which can be like 2 grand. Would you ever get any kind of tegu? I'd love to, but they're illegal in Australia. Neon, yes. What new reptiles are you looking into? I've said this a few times. Probably some sort of snake. Not sure what yet. Um, it would either be a blackhead, a diamond, children's python, water python, something like that. Otherwise, pink tongue skinks, so I can do some more rainforest enclosures. And this is about it on my mind right now. Warwick, okay, okay, yeah. I've spoken with him before. Once in person, we talked about some of the things he has. That's interesting. If I'll have to message him see if he has any more. If he does, then you're talking to him, tell him to keep one for me. He lives close to me, I think. He only lives like 15 minutes away or something. Last year, and the Hosmers you had there were gorgeous. My sandstone and Cunninghams are insanely gorgeous and tame. Hope to give them a crack this year. Yeah, the Hosmers are a cool skink. We had a little baby there when I started, and so cute, man. They're a good little size too, and they're just a really nice little animal. I didn't think much about the Hosmers before I actually got to have some in person in your hands, and they're a very cool little animal. I have a shingleback in my backyard. Nice. That would be very cool. Let's just because someone asked, we'll go take a look at that little Gillens, see if he's out. Half the time he just sleeps in his log, but we'll take a little look-see. Last ones are the ones I'm getting. They're playing next year. Just chucking a message. Well, I asked him before for something, but yeah. Anyway. Oh, there he is. You can see him. Little Gillen. Hanging out on the strut, probably looking for some food. So yeah. Well, Mr. AJ's reptiles. Here's mine. Hanging out. Grumpy little poop. That's the female. The male is somewhere hiding. So yeah. Husbands are basically free gidgies. Tree gidgies, yes. They're cool. Gidgies get too big for my liking, most localities anyway. They're too big for me and what I want. I like the small stuff, like the depressor and all that. They're the best. Why are tegus illegal? Because we're not allowed to keep exotic reptiles in Australia. Only natives, like these little mountain dragons. Porcupine, that is not good. I would consider changing your diet or something like that. Legally Australia unless it's a zoo, correct. There might be some way you can get something, but not for the average person. Really, wow, that sucks. Yes, but we have a lot of amazing natives as well, so it is what it is. Very cool collection of animals. Very nice indeed. Thank you. we think of Gonocephalus, chameleon. I can't say that name, but chameleon forest dragon and chameleon anglehead lizard. They seem to be quite fragile in captivity. I wouldn't know. We're not allowed to keep them here, but they are a beautiful animal. I'd love to have some. Probably just, I think a lot of those sort of things are always wild caught whenever you see them in captivity. So they're obviously not as, acclimated. Who do you look up to? Who is your biggest influence in the reptile world? Oh, Lord. Good question. There's a lot of awesome people. That is a good question. Obviously, a lot of, herpetologists and stuff. Lucky to know a few. Reptile world biggest influence. It depends in what context you're talking about. So, I love someone like Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin was epic for certain reasons, but in a lot of reasons, really. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to have a good think about that one. A lot of amazing people. A lot of the people I work with now, like a lot of the guys at work, zookeepers and stuff, just like, big herpers and that. It's just great to learn a lot from those sort of guys, as well as all the other people I work with in the scientific world. So yeah. Centralians are gorgeous too. Most Australians say I look bland. Yeah, well, my females are all pretty, but my male is like, he almost looks patternless half the time because he does not have much colour in his bands. They're nice though. So this channel is from 100% Australia. Yep, I am Australian. And this is Australia. Some people believe Australia doesn't exist. I don't know if that means I don't exist, but I'm here and I'm making videos, so that's what we're doing. Would you keep a venomous snake? Yes, probably. I don't know. I probably wouldn't go through all the effort to get the license to own a venomous snake, but I would probably have one. I'd get a death adder, something like that. That's really cool looking on display. And yeah, just enjoy it. Do you know what a delicate skink is? Can you keep it in captivity? I think so. I think so. Would you ever be interested in coming to the US for more species of reptiles? Yeah, for sure. Thanks for this live session. Appreciate it. No worries. Do you know herpetologist called Neville? Don't know his last name. Probably thinking of Neville Burns, I think his name is. Yes. I was going to see if I have some food to feed these dragons. So I'll be right back. Just 1 second again. Oh, sorry guys. My bad. I am dumb. I forgot I left their food right on top here. Okay. I understand why they'd only want native species there, but it must suck to not be able to have tegus. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I guess, well, most Aussies don't really know what they're missing out on because they've never seen or had the pleasure to work with a tegu. But yeah, it does suck. Do you ever herp specifically for snakes? I just try and find whatever when I go out. So, yes, I suppose. Got to go, Coop. Good chatting with you. Thanks for answering the questions. No worries. Have a great day. Pubba, that's a good name. Dragons heard the word food. I'd be herping non-stop if I were to live in Australia. Yeah, well, once it cools off for winter, depending where you live, there isn't much around. So, which is what it's starting to become now. No worries. I would like some pygmy mulga monitors. I'm South Australia. They're very hard to come by. Yes, they are. And I cannot help you there. I do not breed them, and I don't know anyone who has babies available. I would just keep an eye out online, wait to see if any pop up. Death adders are the only venomous snake I'd keep. It looks so evil and awesome. Yeah, they're so cool. And the way they behave, like they're perfect animal for a display when it comes to venomous snakes, in my opinion, because they're not going to wreck stuff. Really, I don't think. You put a bunch of leaf litter in there, they'll bury under it in that ambush position and just look awesome. Awesome. For reals, I've asked so many people about spots to herp in eastern New South Wales. Could you give me any pointers? Not really. I don't know that many spots. I'm not some god herper, that's for sure. A good tip I know a lot of people do is just search species sightings online where they've been seen and known to live, and if it looks like good habitat, go out there and see what you can find. Forgot about any kind of winter in Australia. Yeah, some people don't know that it can actually snow in some parts of Australia. Only a few hours south of where I live, it is one of the coldest parts of Australia where it gets some thick, heavy snow. Do you usually handle any snakes you find or just watch them do their thing? Depends. If it's a deadly snake, like a highly venomous eastern brown or something, I'm probably not going to touch it. If it's a diamond python or something like that, for sure, depends what it's doing, what kind of mood I'm in. If I've seen 5 diamond pythons already, I might just not touch the next one I see. But it just depends on the situation. A lot of times you find reptiles near or on roads, and so you kind of have to pick them up and move them off the road if you don't want them to get crushed by a car. So it just depends. Couldn't condone keeping a venomous snake though. They're awesome, but too crazy for me. I'll keep my skinks. Fair enough. Yeah, like it's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy thing. Barely get anything here in SA. Fair enough. Too cold there most of the time. Better keep copperheads the first time. Yeah, right. What area are you? Central Coast, New South Wales. Would you pick up a brown to save its life? I'd have to know the context, but probably if I could do it safely, why not? If I could just not get bit, it's fine. That's the tricky part, I suppose. All right, I might see other species. My favorite venomous snake. I have to look them up. I'm going to see these little fellas want some food, which they always do. So hopefully you guys can see. So where is... Okay, you can see that one. All right, there you go. They're so cute. I don't know if you guys can see this one up here. No, you can't. Yeah, they're awesome. Got to try and find them all. There's 5 of them. There's one in the back here. We've started getting some cold nights come through, so everything's starting to slow down a bit. There's one. Nice. Little treat for now. I'll probably feed him some more later. But yeah, I'll answer a couple more questions and I might head off. I might try and do that Facebook live stream on my Facebook page. How old do you need to be for what? To have advanced license? Like an R2 license in New South Wales, it's not really about how old you are, it's how much experience you've had in keeping a certain animal. I forgot what the guy's name was, but when I went to your work, I remember last year, we talking to a guy who literally has a dog, a tame alligator, who does the shows. He was so nice and stuff, talking about what all stuff you guys have there. Should do like that in SA. Yeah, that would have been probably Mick. He's a good bloke, and yeah, I've worked with that dog tame alligator. So cool, very cool. I do shows there sometimes, and yeah, using that animal. So yeah, it's a good time. Be good when everything's back open again. One is doing pull-ups. Yeah, he was. Warriewood wetlands. Good question for you. Australians and British. Why do you call the letter Z Z? Because it's just how we pronounce it, I suppose. There's a lot of weird things Australians say. Legend, I'll make sure when I'm in Sydney next time for a drag racing, I'll see if you're in work and come in for sure. Sounds good. If you end up breeding them Centralians you're getting, then hey, I'll give you a whole tour of my house. If you give me one. But yeah, all right, guys, I might wrap it up there. Thanks everyone for tuning in. How long will we go for? Far out, an hour and a half. That's pretty damn good. Lots of good questions there, guys. Thanks for stopping by. If there's any last quick questions you want to ask, fire away. And yeah, got a male with females, so I'll give it a shot. Nice, nice. Thanks so much, Cooper. It's really helpful. No worries. Please, just if you watch my videos and if there's anything you want to see, just comment below. What kind of video do you want me to put out? I've got extra time at the moment with the whole quarantine thing going on. I'd love to pump out some more videos. Just half the time I just don't know what people would like to see, what I can show them. So yeah, just let me know and I'll get to it. Or I can do, question answering video on a specific topic or something. Let me know. You've made me not have to do boring schoolwork. Nice, nice. Yeah, schoolwork is very boring. So glad I'm not in school anymore. It's been bludgeoning the whole time. Listening to you and vacuuming. Nice. To have me cranked up pretty loud to go and do the vacuum. Took 4 languages sometimes to mix them up. Far out. All right, guys. Am I doing the Facebook stream now? Yeah, I might wait half hour or so. I don't know. We'll see. Might just jump right into it. Who knows? Within the next hour, probably, I'll maybe try to get over to Facebook and try out that stream. So yeah, just keep an eye on my Facebook page, you guys. If you're not following it already, it's Coop's Reptiles, spelled out just like my channel, or at Coop's Reptile World. And yeah, post lots of updates there, lots of pictures, things I have for sale, all sorts. So go follow there. And if you ever want to speak to me directly, just message the page. It's me. I do everything, all the YouTube, everything. It's all me. I do every single part of it. Me, 100% of the process. Sometimes I have someone else film for me. But yeah, let's go follow that, and I'll see you guys over there. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.